One of the most brilliant mind games in history. It shows that even with fewer resources, the right strategy can flip the odds. Over 1,800 years ago, China plunged into chaos. The once great empire had splintered into 3 rival kingdoms, Wei, Shu, and Wu, each fighting for control. In this turbulent time, one figure stood out, Zhuge Liang, a brilliant military strategist known for his razor-sharp intellect and unwavering loyalty. One day, he found himself in a terrifying situation. Because of a critical mistake by his subordinate, Ma Su, an important stronghold fell into enemy hands. With only about 2,500 troops left, Zhuge Liang retreated to a small city called Xicheng. That's when the worst news arrived. A massive enemy army, 150,000 strong, led by the ruthless general Sima Yi, was marching straight toward him. The odds were hopeless, panic spread, officers turned pale, no one believed they would survive. But Zhuge Liang, he stayed calm. Then he issued a series of strange commands. Hide all the soldiers. Open all 4 city gates wide. Have a few dozen civilians sweep the streets casually near the gates. And himself? He sat high on the city wall, calmly playing his zither, a traditional stringed instrument, as if he were welcoming an old friend, not facing certain death. When Sima Yi arrived, what he saw stunned him. No guards, no defenses. The gates wide open, just a handful of people quietly sweeping, and the haunting sound of Zhuge Liang's zither echoing through the empty streets. Sima Yi stopped cold. He didn't dare attack. Why? Because he knew Zhuge Liang's reputation. The man was a master of deception, and Sima Yi thought, if the city looks undefended and Zhuge Liang is acting this calm, there must be an ambush waiting inside. If we charge in, we could all be slaughtered, so he ordered a retreat. When Zhuge Liang saw the enemy pull back, he finally let out a sigh of relief and whispered, "Heaven is on my side." But the story doesn't end there. When Sima Yi returned, his father confronted him. "You had 150,000 troops. Why did you retreat from an empty city?"
For a good time.
Sima Yi simply replied, "I lost to Zhuge Liang because fate wasn't on my side." But deep down, he knew the truth. Even if he had attacked and killed Zhuge Liang, it wouldn't have helped him politically. Why? Because Zhuge Liang was the main reason the royal court kept Sima Yi around. If Zhuge Liang died, the war would end, and so would Sima Yi's usefulness. Worse, he might be seen as a threat and removed. So Sima Yi made a calculated decision. He chose not to win today in order to survive and win tomorrow. That's true strategic genius, not just knowing when to fight, but when not to. This legendary story became known as the Empty City Stratagem. It's been passed down through generations, not just as a tale of clever trickery, but as a lesson in calm under pressure, long-term thinking, and psychological warfare. One man won by keeping his cool in the face of overwhelming danger. The other chose restraint over victory because he was playing the long game. Neither drew a sword, yet both came out